What's the best time of year or best environment to seal concrete? So we want to make sure that the concrete sealer does not dry out too quickly. That's the key thing about applying a sealer. Whether it's penetrating sealer or a topical sealer, we don't want it to not penetrate deep down in to the surface. We don't want it just to dry on top of the surface before it has time to bond or to film form. So applying a sealer when it's very hot, you need to be careful about that. You want to be doing that really when the concrete is cool, earlier in the morning or later in the evening when it's cooling down. So that's the first point. Second point is obviously about water and moisture. If there's water on the surface or in the surface, then the sealer can't get into it. You could trap moisture. So we want to avoid rain, moisture when the concrete is wet. So time of year is also important, right? We don't want to be doing it when there's a lot of rain. We don't want to be doing it when there's very, very cold. If it's very cold out there, then you've got issues with freezing, particularly if you're using water-based sealers. You've got issues with dampness and things getting into the concrete. So try and ideal is between 50 and 90 degrees F. Excuse me. The ideal temperature is between 50 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and you want to be doing it when it's cooler during the day, earlier in the day, not at the middle of the day when things are getting very, very hot. If you're inside, not so critical as far as the temperature, but again, you don't want your slab to be too cold. You typically want it to be at least 40 degrees. The colder the slab, the thicker the sealer becomes when it's either rolled out or sprayed onto it. It won't penetrate as much, it won't flow as easily. So interior as well, try and keep the temperature. Again, we recommend 50 to 90 degrees is the ideal range. And once you get below 70 degrees, everything takes longer to dry. That's the other factor about cold temperatures, is if it gets very cold, then it's going to take much longer to dry, longer for you to walk on it, longer for you to be able to drive on it, longer for the product to get its full chemical properties and provide that maximum water resistance, stain or oil resistance.